Alright, welcome back to another race. This time we're back with FTRL, another social race in France this time round. So, this time round, no weather shenanigans at play. It is just going to be dry and dry. Now, I had fierce trouble finding stability. I kept spinning, mostly through turn 2. And so I have again gone for a higher downforce setup. I don't know how people are able to keep the car stable with... Superman was using 0, 0 wings. I think Tom was using like 14, 16 wings, something like that. I tried like 19, 13, and it was just, yeah, just a bit of a mess. Anyways, though, I actually put for my best qualifying lap right at the end of qualifying here. Did a 31 flat. To get even that close to the 30s with this high of a downforce setup, I'm really pleased with. So... And I managed to actually beat Dan, who was qualifying in the 30s in practice on a lower downforce setup. He actually ended up going for a higher downforce too, and as did Matt. So, yeah, Matt got second out of that in the end. I got sixth, so not too shabby at all. Again, we're going to switch from the hards to the mediums and go to the hards. And softs, literally like 10% wear after an out lap, flying lap. And then lap. It is mad, the tyre wear around here for the softs. Had fierce temperature issues in practice as well. Mediums are overheating dramatically. I've never had mediums heat like that. So, anyways, I did about, yeah. So take that down and we'll see how we get on. Bear with the grid lineup. This is still a little messy in terms of people in front. Because it's very weird. We're all navigating a very tight space, trying to weave and get tyre temperature. So that's not too bad. I think Dan messed up from behind. So we're basically already safe, because it really does sit you so far back if you don't get it right. If you get it red. But green's not too bad, so we'll take that. Anyways, here we go then. 27 laps around France. Should be a hoot as always. Here we go. 5 red lights. And away we go. Not a bad start, to be fair. Got a decent start into second gear early. Still trying to figure out best starts here. Going to see what the inside of the arm looks like. Nothing really there. We'll settle in. He spins, so that's immediately a place gained, so that's handy enough. And we're going to settle in here into P5. So no threat from behind, nothing really going on in front. So we'll just settle in, just get a feel for things, get used to our braking points of cars in front. The usual standard, really. So, yeah, happy enough with the start. Happy enough set up nicely on the formation lap as well, just to make sure I'm in the right grid spot. Going to make a big difference, I think, just getting that right, compared to people who don't get that right. Lap 2, I mean, there's only so much you can really do, like against Tom's straight line speed. There's no point fighting that. It's just... He's quick, man. I think he really is going to win some races in Div 1 and FTRL. I think he really is. He's going to be up there. He just seems to have found the next level. And if he's comfortable and able to use those low downforce setups without crashing or such, then that's just a huge advantage to have. So fair play. VSC is deployed lap number 3, I believe that is. I can't really see it. My screen's away from me. So VSC is deployed. We're not going to follow it all the way through, but I did manage to gain some time on Dan afterwards. So yeah, we're going to gain some time here. So we're looking pretty good. No threat from behind really at the moment. Dan is on hard, so look, the threat may come later on. But at the moment, I'm looking pretty comfortable. That was until lap 4, where both Matt and Tico spun, and then I dropped it in sympathy. Then basically, so I lost positions to Dan, and Barcelona then went through as well. We gained 1 on Matt, and Tico just in front there. So, look, we didn't lose too much time with that spin, thankfully. But yeah, it was just one of those where like. I don't know, you see someone else spin in front of you and you almost go yourself. Do you know, it's just one of those things that if you've been in league racing, you kind of know what it's like. Thankfully, the tyres weren't too bad. If this was on softs, this would be a different story. But we're able to get the softs or the mediums back into working range. Let's have a quick check to see how everything was. And yeah, not too shabby at all. So, lap 8, I finally got within DRS of Barcelona, who were going to close down the end, but a bit of a mistake there. And Matt is going to get the run on me coming out of the last corner. So I've got DRS myself, but I'm not going to fight this too much. Matt has got more pace, and I'm going to try and follow him along in this DRS. So, yeah, because Matt's pace, it wasn't a million miles apart. Matt had the edge, I would say. Well, he definitely had the edge, but you know, it wasn't too far. Like he didn't immediately overtake me after the spin, and you know, we're still able to. He was in the DRS for a few laps there before he overtook. But, anyways, Barcelona actually lets Matt go to just get DRS back. So, yeah, I just want to stay tight here. We're kind of there's a big gap behind really, so we're kind of in a very comfortable spot here in this kind of range. Barcelona's going for the dive. Matt saw it coming. He knew it was happening, so he managed to get the hell out of dodge. But we're getting in position there at least from Barcelona going for it there. So, and he's got a 3-second penalty to boot. So, anyways, lap 11 coming into the pits. I may have slid in a little bit too fast there. I think it was about 40, 41 miles an hour. So not too like yeah. Look, obviously I was on the full brakes there, but I messed up. So, and it's gonna be like my helmet. This is actually the helmet I was supposed to run the Williams last week. Actually, was supposed to be for this car. I think it looks nice with the carp. So. 2.2 stop, not too bad. I've got the timing right on those. We just need to have my problem last week was I want to switch my MFD, but it's the same button as the turn in. So before I come into the pits, if I want to change any wing, and I actually want to change the wing here for the hards, just have a little bit more front downforce on these hards. You know, just have it open before you go into the pits, and then you're away. Honestly, after that, like the race was pretty straightforward, pretty boring. I couldn't really keep within Matt's range of DRS, so he kind of gradually pulled away. So moving on then to lap number 15, Lee, who is yet to pit, kind of moved over a side there. So, yeah, we go through on him. That's a position there. So really, I'm nailed on basically for once Wesker pits, basically kind of P6, P7 range. Yeah, so lap 19, Wesker's yet to pit. And we're kind of just in no man's land, really, just kind of chilling. I've got my 5-second penalty, which won't affect anything. But the safety car now is going to come out, and this makes things a lot more interesting. So... Wesker gets a free stop. Yeah, so then he gets a free stop. I'm going to come in for a set of softs. I know they're not especially great, but I can't really go back onto my mediums at all. So softs are the best option here. Anyways, start the penalty. This will allow Rom and Lee to jump me. I was a little bit pent up with Wesker in Sector 3. There's like a 3-second delta, and for some reason, I'm sure I'm guessing his delta was different to mine. So, anyways, Lee and
he's got a penalty under the safety car. I think he had 3 seconds.
Lee and Rom Elson will get ahead there because they just made their stops not too long ago, so they'll come out on track here. So that safety car, that penalty cost me, but. Anyways, at least we have our penalty served. We can go through there. Poor Lee spun on the last corner there for the restart, but I am a little bit behind these guys now, behind Rom, Matt, and Wesker. I was hoping to keep it up with the front line guys because I know there's some penalties around. So a podium possibly isn't too far away, but not a great start being stuck behind here and losing time. But what really this erupted into a 4-car battle, really. Matt having a go at Wesker and me trying to have a go on Rom. So... Anyways, I try to go for it here, but he's responding with... See, he's got good straight line speed. He's running lower downforce than I am. And so, you know, for now at least, I can't do anything about this. But I'm just biding my time. He's on older mediums. I think like 7 laps old by this stage. So I'm just biding my time and hoping that I'll be able to get a better run on tyres than with DRS. Because obviously he's got DRS. He'll have DRS in front as well. And Wesker is going to fight Matt to the death. So... Yeah, we're pulling away from the guys behind, so really, you know, this is what we're fighting for now. The leaders will get away, you know, the top 4 will get away. Nothing really that can be done for that now. Anyways, again, just having a look, nothing really doing. Mash, Wesker, you know, they're having a ding dong. It looked pretty bonkers to be fair, but you know, we're gonna have some fun of our own pretty soon as well. So yeah, just sitting in behind for now. I don't have a ton of ERS. You don't save a lot. But I did also have used a bit, to be fair, as well. Lap number 24 into lap 25. Again, Matt and Wesker going and having a ding-dong. DRS is now enabled. I thought I got a decent run hanging at that last corner. And again, I'm going to try and go for it. But again, Rom, I think, with his straight line speed and a little bit of ERS himself, responds. And I can't get that move done. But I'm hoping that I'm making him use a bit more ERS than he's comfortable with. And then, you know, DRS straight, we'll give it a go. So... Only a few more laps to get this done, and there's no well, I think Matt has a penalty now. I think Wesker's got a few penalties, but Rom doesn't. So I really want to try and get Rom if I can. And then just biding my time. Again, nice and early on the gears here. I got a good run compared to Rom heading out there. I used to be a little bit ERS as I unwind onto the straight before the DRS. Now is the time. So going for the move now. Me on Rom. Wesker's going to go for one on Matt. Rom a little bit later on the brakes. I'm on the outside. I can't really get a switchback because Rom comes across on the line there. So nothing doing there as for the time being. And Matt keeps the position on Wesker as well. So I just try and file back and another go. But my ERS is getting quite low at this stage as well. So, but they're not done up front. They are absolutely not done. And as we wind through this long right-hand section, it's Labose. Matt and Wesker are going to have a coming together of sorts. There it goes. And Rom has to get the hell out of Dodge. So do I. I'm not sure where that will go to, but that gives me a position. Actually, it gives me 3 positions. So now, all of a sudden, we're now running in 5th. And you see Adam's got a lot of penalties in front. So, but I don't get a great run out of this last corner. The back end just almost just basically drops on me. I was lucky to be able to catch it. But with that coming out of the last corner and Rom's DRS, he's going to zoom past me now. We're on lap 26. So these softs I can feel aren't great now. I really wouldn't recommend using them more than what we did in this race. Like for like a safety car and such, I really wouldn't recommend it longer than that because they just disappear. And at this stage, yeah, I'm in a pretty rough spot. My only saving grace is that Rom is near what you would be at the end of a medium stint, basically, by now on his tires. Maybe a little bit more. So his tire situation isn't great either, but running out of laps here, I know this might put me under pressure to do this now and be vulnerable for next lap, but nothing's ever guaranteed in league racing. I could spin and never get another chance to overtake. So I'm going to go for this now. Make the move. I'm on 2 warnings at this stage, by the way. I put on my hards and got like 2 warnings within 2 laps, so I need to be careful myself. That was a risk going across the curb like that because they could have easily given me a track limits. I've not got a lot of ERS, and Rom's got a lot of straight line speed as well to boot. So you can see he's actually threatening a little bit here. I need to go a little bit defensive. Lap 27, last lap. I thought I had done enough by this stage. I thought I had enough of a gap to save myself heading down this DRS straight. And I had, but my exits weren't great. I missed a little bit of the turn in there. And I thought my exit's actually not bad, but it's just not enough to... Rom's got a little bit ERS left, I think, surely. And he's going to try and go for a move here. I turn in.
Oh,
there's front contact. That's a tough one. If that was a steward's incident, I'm sure that would go down as a racing incident. Fair play to him, though. He actually waited up, to be fair. At the time, I wasn't sure if he had to do that. I crossed line afterwards. I don't know if that was my fault or not. I think that probably would go down as a racing incident, to be fair. It was minimal contact. He did sweep in marginally, but I thought I understeered a little bit as well, so I really don't know. But fair play, he was good enough to wait. What actually happened in front was Dan and Adam came together, and had that not happened, this would have been for a podium. But P4 is probably a bit more wide deserved probably in the end. So initially I was a little bit annoyed about the safety car, but actually between everything that happened, it probably actually ended up saving me, getting me a few spots. So P4, not too bad in the end. But that was fun. That was good fun. I think in the end it was straightforward until that accident. But yeah, I think I am going to sign up for FTRL. So you might see more of these in the future then. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time.